What's up, athletes? Frank and Jack back with another IG Live video today. Today we are going to be talking about how to reorder and what the process is through a reorder. But before we get into that, we want to announce something pretty special that we're starting up next week. Next week we are having a promotion with free stickers. Super simple. You're just going to have to wait and see what our posts are. And it should be exciting.
Yeah, I'm really excited about Free Sticker Week because it's the first time we've ever done something like this. But our Gorilla sticker has been so popular with our customers that we decided to give them away free to anybody that's interested. You just got to cover the shipping and the handling, but that's only a couple bucks.
Right, yeah, so we're super excited about that. Stay tuned to Monday morning that will go live.
Yeah, we may even invite people a little earlier.
Maybe, we'll see. Stay tuned to the Impact social medias. But just kind of like last week, we want to do a little bit sports dive as well. Yesterday we were watching the hockey game, and it turned out to be the fourth longest hockey game in NHL history. Ridiculous. And I think we can genuinely say that we might not have watched the whole thing, but we had the TV on for the whole game.
Well, we put it on here in the office at 3 in the afternoon, and at 9 o'clock last night we were still watching.
Right, yeah, it was in the middle of the day, the evening, and then night. It went so long that they had to postpone the next game till this morning.
That's unheard of.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. So I know we talk a lot about hockey, but that was something that we had to mention. Another thing is Pac-12 and Big Ten. It's pretty crazy that they're not playing sports. At least it said that they postponed it till spring. So it'll be interesting to see if that actually happens.
Do you think they will play?
I sure hope they play. I mean, would love to watch football.
Right. SEC schools are planning on playing.
Right. SEC and ACC are still hanging on. Who knows if that's going to work or not? I mean, as you know, that's a big money source for them. So they're probably trying to play as much as possible.
Well, I know at FSU they were thinking that they would fill their stadium with about 20,000 fans, right? And spread them out throughout the stadium.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But let's go ahead and dive right into the conversation about reorders at Impact.
Yeah, just before we do though, I mean, we were at a sporting event this weekend where we were down in Alabama at a strongman competition. So Alabama's strongest man competition. And while it was a small event, the venue was really pretty packed with spectators. And I know from my perspective, being there, it was really exciting to be at a sporting event again and just doing something with
Right, yeah, it was great to be at a sporting event and new sporting event, to say the least, for us. So that was our first time ever seeing strength athletes go to competition. So it was pretty cool to see.
That's right. We're just launching our power lift Mouthguard for strength athletes, and so we were down there, of course, helping the athletes get their teeth protected, and also to try and achieve bigger PRs and get to higher levels of lifting.
Right.
In this case.
Yeah. So let's talk about a reorder. How does a reorder work?
Well, reorders are really simple. There's two ways to get a reorder done. The first is, of course, if you go to our website and you're placing an order for the new design or color that you'd like in your Mouthguard, there's a checkbox, and you check that box, and it says, this order is a reorder. Please use my impression on file. And when we see that checkbox, it alerts us not to send a new kit to you as a customer, and it also changes the shipping cost in the system. So it goes from 3-way shipping down to 1-way shipping, which is a lot less expensive. So there's that way. And then the second way, of course, is anytime you're interested in a reorder and you want us to help personally, you could call us, you could text us, you could DM us, you can email us, you could send smoke signals. Whatever it is, we're glad to help personally.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're around the area, come into the office. We're happy to see you.
Love the walk-ins.
Yeah, we absolutely love them.
That's another exciting thing, that the walk-ins are now starting to come back, 1-2 a day.
Right, yeah, which is great. And if you are a customer, you know exactly what this is, and you know that is your impression. And this is exactly what we keep on file. With this impression, we pour this mold that looks like this. And that is what we keep up on file in our lab.
Exactly right. So that reorder comes in, we pull that from the library, and we get to work.
Right, yeah, super exciting. What are some ways that we're soon to improve on this?
Well, what we're looking at now, which is really exciting, is 3D scanning of the impression and the model so that we could keep it on file digitally. And so rather than having a big warehouse full of mouths, we would have, I guess, a big server full of mouths.
Right.
But that's where we're headed, and that will combine in some time with the ability to 3D print mouth guards, which we're looking at as well.
And as you all know, when you are purchasing a mouth guard, we ask the question, how long do you want your storage? And this is exactly what we're talking about. You have options for 6 months, 1 year, and 3 years. And explain the prices real quick for them.
That's right. So 6 months is always free. 1 year is $1, and 3 years is $2. So it's a real good storage value, and it makes a lot of sense because we keep this here. And so, with some other companies, they send models back or they discard them. They don't really care about reorders. But for us, reorders are so important because our athletes, fortunate for us and for them, they love the product. So we do get a lot of reorders.
Right, and I know we harp on it every week, but it is a very common problem that dogs do eat mouth guards. So that is another great reason why you should have your impression on file.
I've never heard of a cat eating a mouth guard.
No, never.
Yeah, those
Always
dogs,
a dog.
Yeah, they root through the bags and they love the smell of spit and saliva. And so...
Right, and it somehow seems to come back every single week. We end up talking about that.
Yeah.
But Andrew, do we have any questions behind the camera?
Yeah, King Eric asked, do you guys do sponsorships?
We do sponsorships. And in fact, if you take a look at the bottom of our webpage where it says blog, and you click on blog, there'll be a how to become a sponsored athlete blog post. I think it's a few months old now. And you just take a look at that blog post, and there's a submission form. Fill out the submission form, and we'll have a look.
Yeah, and for those who are filling out that form, please make sure to read everything correctly. A lot of people have been entering in their phone numbers and their addresses for the wrong section. We asked for a brief description of why you should be a sponsored athlete, and people have been entering their phone numbers and emails and etc., whatever it may be. So please make sure to read that properly.
Jack, how often are we selecting new sponsored athletes?
Each Friday. So we're doing it weekly. Here at Impact, we have a team meeting each week, Thursday, and we discuss who's the next sponsored athlete.
Right, yeah, so get the submissions in for sure. We'd love to see them.
Yeah, and if you're not picked this week, stay tuned because you could be picked next week, the week after, 10 weeks from now.
That's right.
Team Lee MMA asked, where are you located?
We are in Alpharetta, Georgia. Where are you located?
Well, we'll have to find out in a minute.
Yeah, when that comes up.
Chen66 asked, if you get sponsored, what do you get?
Yeah, so our sponsorship package, it's pretty nice actually. You get Impact branded guards and gear, and that's what we call round one. After round one, if you earn your way into round two with being a good sponsored athlete, then you can choose guards of your choice. So you could get any design that you'd like at that point. And then we've got a round 3 too, but we'll keep that round a secret.
Yeah, stay tuned and try to find out. For those who are asking about the sponsorship program, please check out our stories after this. We are going to link a swipe up to our Facebook group called Sponsorship Live, where actually tomorrow we're going to go live with one of our sponsored athletes and talk to her and her father about the whole process. So swipe up on our stories in about 10 minutes from now.
I'm pretty excited about how that group is growing now. So all we do is talk about how to get sponsored, how to stay sponsored, how to earn sponsorships. We bring in other companies to talk about their sponsorship program, and it's been growing nicely.
Yeah, it's great. Any more questions, Andrew?
Team Lee is also in Georgia, so hopefully we'll see him soon in the office.
Oh yeah, we love for folks to walk in. So anytime, we're typically here 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. But if you want to come at a different time, just let us know. We'll be glad to have you.
Yeah, just shoot us a DM and let us know, and we'll make it happen.
So getting back on topic of reorders, because it's a physical mouth guard or like a physical impression, things get lost, destroyed. What happens if, that happens with my impression?
Yeah, so on rare occasion, one is lost in the files for whatever reason, and we send out a new kit for you to do a new impression and send that back to us. There's no additional charge. It just is the way we have to do it if one is lost. The other thing that may happen is because we manufacture the guards under such high pressure and tremendous heat, sometimes the impressions and the models themselves are destroyed in production. And so when that happens, we have to send out another kit, get a fresh impression, and get going again.
Right, and if that happens, it's obviously free of charge on your end. We're just going to ship you the kit, you take your impression, send it back to us.
That's right.
So if I had a mouth guard in the past and now I want a night guard, do I need a new kit?
You don't need a new kit. If there's been no change in your dentition and we've got that model and impression on file, we just pull it from the files. And we keep them for 3 years. So if it's within 3 years, then by all means, we'll craft another guard for you.
So let's say I just missed my cutoff by a month. Should I send an email, see if you can find my impression if you didn't throw it out yet, or what would you guys like?
Absolutely. So we're not rigid about that 3-year date. We've got plenty of space, so sometimes we do keep them a bit longer. So yes, absolutely. Text us, DM us, email us. Any way you would like to get in touch with us, we're glad to hear from you, and we'll take care of you. We'll find out the answer.
Brett, we want to keep our customers 100% satisfied. So like you said, feel free to reach out to us on any media platform or email, you name it.
Team Lee MMA asked, what's the cost for a plain mouth guard for competition if I come in the office?
Yeah, so is that competition for BJJ, MMA, boxing? Tell us what sport it's for specifically.
Oh, his username is Team Lee MMA, so I assume MMA.
Gotcha, MMA makes sense. Yes, so the guards start at $59 for an Impact branded guard, and then $69 or $79 for a solid color or design.
I don't know the first part of this guy's name, but Promotions asked, can you do full guards with different logos and designs?
Absolutely.
Yeah, the cool thing about our guards are they are 100% customizable. What we have on the website is just kind of to spark one's ideas if you don't like what's on the website. So again, feel free to DM us, email us with any logo or question that you have about designs. We could probably make it happen though.
Yeah, a lot of athletes like to put their nickname across the front, or they've got a logo, and it's very easy for us to do that.
Right, and something very cool that we've had recently happen is we have a lot of requests for certain flags. And as you can see on the website, we have only so many flags, but now we're starting to create as many flags as possible. So if you don't see your flag on the website, just shoot us an email and we can make it happen.
Same is true of your design.
Absolutely.
Echen66 asked, do you guys make guards with braces?
We do make guards for braces, and there's really two choices. So let's go over those. The first is a fully custom guard. Now, the trick to getting a fully custom guard with braces is that you have to take our fit kit to your orthodontist. And what they do is they open your mouth in a weird way, and they wax up your tracks so that this material will not stick to your braces. And so that's the first way. So there's an extra step there in that you have to take it to your orthodontist. The second step, or the second way, is to opt for our quick fit guard, which is traditional in many ways in that it's formed with hot water over the teeth and the braces. But what's nice about our quick fit is that it's crafted from the same materials as custom. So it is really comfortable to wear, especially with that bulge caused by the tracks. And here's the good news, on the quick fits, they could be remolded 3 times, 4 times while your teeth shift so that you can use the same guard for the whole time.
Yeah, quick fit is also a great option if you're in a bind and need a mouth guard as quick as possible. So let's say you have a fight this weekend, it's highly unlikely you're going to get your custom fit mouth guard. So order a quick fit and we'll just ship it right to you.
Right, as long as you just order a solid color, one of the choices that are there. No customization.
So last question for reorders is a lot of children get mouth guards and their mouths are changing. At what age do you recommend that they stop getting a new impression every year?
Typically at the age of 14 or 15 when braces are completed, that's when the mouth stops changing rapidly. And so between the ages, say, of about 8 and 14, typically it's once a year because the mouth is changing so rapidly with teeth coming in and going out. And so we have found that most athletes at that age will get about a year's use out of the guard before the mouth has changed so significantly that we need a new impression.
TrueLoss10 asks, which is the most comfortable of the night guard?
Well, that's a good question. You know, our most popular night guard is the hybrid night guard. What makes it so good is that it's soft inside and it's hard outside. So that soft inside makes it nice and comfortable to wear, and the hard outside protects your teeth, the surfaces from each other. Mm-hmm. So if you're clacking or you're grinding, you've got that surface of protection plus the comfort. Now, recently we've released our grind guard, and the grind guard is unique in that we put in an extra layer of soft material, and then you're able to warm that soft material up when it arrives, and you bite down, and what happens is you self-equilibrate, which means you balance out your bite because the materials are soft and warm. Mm-hmm. And then once they cool off, your bite is balanced out, and it's that balanced bite which the dental community says offers a lot of comfort, but you won't get the same wear in hot spots as you do with other guards. And so it's a bit of a thicker guard, but it provides the self-equilibration. So those are our two most comfortable choices. Hybrid is definitely our most popular guard.
So TrueLoss had a follow-up question. Can you do a night guard and a custom guard for fighting with the same impression, or do you need two separate ones?
One impression is all we need. So we'll send you one kit, and we can make as many guards as you like, night guard or sports guard, no problem.
Those are all the questions for now.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, make sure to check out our story, especially if you are trying to become an Impact sponsored athlete. Tomorrow we have Sierra Superfly Martinez coming on. She's one of our sponsored athletes, so we're excited to have a conversation with her.
Yeah, Sierra's on her way to the Olympics.
Right, yeah, that's super exciting. And that group is on Facebook, so we go live within Facebook.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and that's a growing group, so we want to keep that rolling because it's interesting information.
Yeah,
about sponsorships.
and again, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to shoot us a DM, an email, call us. We are here to help, and we are happy to help.
Yeah, next week's free sticker week.
Yep, next week is free sticker week, so stay tuned. Like you said, we might start early, but stay tuned.
Echen66 asks, when is the guard giveaway?
The guard we have one that's wrapping up.
Yeah, which guard giveaway?
I'm not quite sure. He asked about sponsorship earlier, so I think he might be referring to that.
So if that's what you truly are talking about, we pick new sponsored athletes every Friday.
Right, and we have, with respect to contests, we have one wrapping up, I think, maybe Friday.
Right.
And then we'll have another one that comes up pretty soon as well. So we love giving mouth guards away.
Oh, no, he meant the one with the NHL discussion page.
Yes, yeah. So that's what we were mentioning. That'll be over by the end of the week.
Gotcha. Yeah. So the one down's Friday.
Yep.
And then Team Lee MMA said, awesome, thanks guys.
How soon will we see you, Team Lee?
Shoot us a DM and we'll talk. Yeah, there's no real time answers here.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah. Good.
Great.
All right.
Yeah. Well, everybody, thank you. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week at the time.